Hey there guys, how's it going? I wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video, and also I know that I didn't get to posting any videos last week, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I have going on. And before we get into the video topic, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the different subscriber milestones. The last video we posted, I said 75 while recording it, and we were at almost 80. As of right now, we are at 93.4 thousand followers, which is more than I ever thought I'd get on this channel, so I wanted to thank you guys so much, and I'm gonna be doing some stuff when I hit the 100,000. Make sure to keep an eye out for that. But now, getting into the topic of the video a little bit. This past couple weeks I was in Minneapolis, New York City, Washington, D.C., and I was at the American Psychiatric Association. I was at a bunch of different cool conferences. The conference in Washington, D.C. was for advocates, not just mental health, but all sorts of different types of advocates. And it was a lot about using social media for change. And then on top of all that, I've been finalizing my book. For those of you who didn't already know, I have a book I'm writing about mental health and mental illness in the workplace, which I'm really excited about. It's a topic I'm very passionate about, and my manuscript for that is due in a week or two here, so I've been really spending a lot of time focusing on that. So I do plan on maintaining and getting back to the one, at least, hopefully 2 videos a week. But that's where I've been these last couple weeks. Things will chill out a little bit for me after I get this book done. Now, with all that good news, I wanted to take some time to talk about negative and positive symptoms of schizophrenia, because it's something I haven't really addressed on this page, and it's something I didn't understand very well myself until a few months ago. So just for a brief description on what positive and negative symptoms are. Positive symptoms are things that are in addition to your personality. So when I say I have hallucinations and delusions and those are positive symptoms, I don't mean those are good symptoms. I just mean that it's in addition to me and my personality traits. Whereas negative symptoms are going to be the things that take away from your personality traits. So these are the symptoms that would be like cognitive and negative symptoms. These are what withdraw you from people. This is what makes it hard to communicate and articulate your thoughts. It's also what makes it difficult to keep up with self-care. And so I want to talk more about this and show you guys a video I recently did that got really positive reactions, and I couldn't believe it. And as uncomfortable as it is talking about negative symptoms, I know it's really important and it's something I want to do more of. So let's go ahead and get started. So as I was saying, positive symptoms are the things I already talk a lot about. Those are the hallucinations, the delusions, the paranoia. That's all the stuff that you guys already know about schizophrenia. And it's the stuff I primarily make content about. But it wasn't until recently that I realized that a lot of the negative symptoms that I was having were something that I never associated with my schizophrenia diagnosis. So sometimes I would go weeks without being able to brush my hair or take a shower or brush my teeth. I would have trouble communicating with people. I wouldn't be able to articulate my thoughts and feelings. My memory would be really, really bad at times, and it still is. And so I have all of these symptoms going on. And for a long time, I thought these were all faults of my own. I thought I was lazy. I thought I just couldn't do what everyone else did, because even while my hallucinations and delusions and stuff like that were getting better, I was noticing more of these negative symptoms. And I never realized that they were a part of my diagnosis. I think that's the biggest problem with negative symptoms, is no one ever talks about them. And I know why. Because I myself got super embarrassed trying to talk about these. And I did a recent video where my hair, I hadn't washed it in days, and it was up in my beanie and it was all matted up, and I was about to have to brush through it. You know, I think part of the reason I started my account was to help people see what schizophrenia is like, and it's not just the symptoms I talk about, hallucinations, delusions. It's having trouble keeping up with daily life. It's having trouble communicating my needs. And so I wanted to share this. I have a more detailed, better written post on Instagram if you want to check that out. And this is really hard for me to make, because as a person who talks all the time about my schizophrenia diagnosis, I often portray that I am doing very well and I'm very capable and I do all these cool things, which is true. I'm very fortunate that medication has made me very articulate. It's allowed me to regain a lot of the things I lost because of my diagnosis. But that doesn't mean I don't still struggle, and at times it's difficult for me to show that, because I want to be functional. I want to be someone who's successful and can do everything, and sometimes I just can't. And I think it's only fair as someone who's advocating for schizophrenia that if I'm going to show you all the cool, fun stuff I get to do and all the things that wouldn't be possible without treatment and medication in my life, I need to also show you the things that I still have problems with. And I've been doing that a little bit with my hallucination videos like this. Honestly, it was so much harder talking about these other symptoms. No one wants to admit that they can't get up and take a shower or even get up out of bed. And that's a lot of what these negative symptoms are. There's also the cognitive symptoms, which I also get super embarrassed talking about because I don't want people to know I have a really terrible memory. It's very difficult for me to keep up with things. Like, I'm self-employed now. I do this full time. And I need to remember to do emails and respond to people and make videos and keep on a schedule. And that's very difficult for me to do, even with medication, counseling, treatment. And that's why I realized like this conversation needed to happen. And just so you guys have a better idea, I'm gonna read to you what some of the negative and cognitive symptoms of schizophrenia can look like. Because like I said, up until a couple months ago, I didn't even know myself. The cognitive symptoms can be things like memory issues, inability to process or understand social cues, and then impaired sensory perception. And those are just a few. If you guys want to check out NAMI or Mental Health America, they have a list of all these too. But some of the negative symptoms you would see is issues with speech, flat affect, and this is something that I struggle with where when I'm having symptoms, I can't emote properly. I can't show anger, frustration, sadness, and that makes it really hard to communicate and let people know what's wrong, especially because I have a wife on the autism spectrum. She already has a hard time understanding emotions and social cues, and so when I can't express emotion, that becomes very difficult for us. Loss of motivation, lack of pleasure and enjoyment, loss of social interest, loss of hobbies, attention deficits, and so all of these things are negative symptoms that you can see in people with schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder. And all of these make day-to-day life very difficult. It makes it hard just to get up out of bed, to take care of yourself. And as someone who's a mental health advocate, I need to talk about this just as much as I need to talk about delusions and hallucinations, because it's as big, if not, now that I'm medicated, a bigger part of what I go through day to day. And I just really struggle to talk about it. So if you see me posting these videos and you see negative comments or hate comments on them, because I've already seen a bunch of them, please do not comment back, do not amplify the negative. It's already really difficult for me to post those videos, and I try to ignore the negative comments on there, so I know it's something I'm not good at. I'm trying to be better at not responding to negative comments, but especially when talking about like not being able to take care of myself or clean up after myself, and that's only when I'm having really bad symptoms, but it is a real part of my life. I just think this is a really important topic. I want to talk more about it. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I will do my best to answer them. But like I said, it's still new to me talking about this. It's still really frustrating and it's really saddening for me. And it's something that I need to be better at talking about, but it's going to take a little bit of time for me. So in the meantime, as I'm trying to do better with this, the best thing you guys can do is find online resources to learn more about these symptoms, especially because I know that I have a lot of doctors, care providers, family members, and caregivers who watch my page and want to better understand their friends or family members with schizophrenia. And with that, I think it's really important that if you're going to start looking into how to help a friend, family member, or loved one who's going through these symptoms, you need to understand what all of these symptoms are. Because what I read to you guys is a short list from many, many more symptoms. And I didn't even touch on a lot of the ones that affect me. I just wanted to talk more about them in general. But that being said, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys again for 90,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I'm super grateful, and I really do want to spend more time on this platform. I'm kind of pulling away from TikTok and spending more time here on YouTube and Instagram. So I'm going to try harder to go back to some of my full-length videos, go into the comment section, and answer some of your guys' questions, including this one. So please let me know what you guys think. Tell me a little bit about what you or a friend or family member has endured when it comes to negative and cognitive symptoms, because I'm interested to hear what other people's experiences are like too. Once again, I'm sorry about the gap here, but I'm going to keep going as much as I can with these weekly videos. I'm actually getting ready as we speak to record a second video about my current favorite portrayal of schizophrenia in TV shows and movies. Spoiler alert. It's a video I'm really excited about because I haven't seen a lot of movies and TV shows about schizophrenia for the specific reason that I want to start doing reaction videos to different TV shows and movies about my illness. I appreciate you guys watching this video so much, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I also just checked my analytics for the first time here on YouTube, and only 3% of the people subscribed to me have their alerts turned on for when I post videos or go live. So if you want to do me a favor, turn those on so you can see when I put out new content. That greatly supports me and my ability to reach new people all over the world. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next week.